Hey guys, Bobby Lovell again here today. Time for another Sunday Fun Day story. Hope everybody's had a great week. Hey, it's October. Fall is in the air. Friday night lights, bow season. Hope some of you guys got a chance to go out and bow hunt. So I thought I'd share a bow hunting story. I love to bow hunt, love to hunt, always have. And my brother Al, my nephew, his son Brian, and his son-in-law Bodie and I have put in for various draw hunts with the state of Texas. And we've had fairly good success of getting drawn to go up to Matador Wildlife Area, just north of Paducah, and bow hunting for mule deer. And this was our second time that we had gotten drawn to go up there, so we were already a little bit familiar with the area. But my nephew and Brian and I go up early, a day and a half early, so that we can go ahead and scout and check things out, because they'd had a big fire go through this place. It's 22,000 acres. And so we wanted to see what fire had done to it and kind of decide which pasture when we got up to for our part and which one we wanted to hunt in. And of course it was October. And as those of you who live in West Texas know, when we've got a cold front coming in, the wind blows strong out of the south, and then it'll turn around and blow strong out of the north. Well, we got there, we set up my big 8-man tent, and when Brian and I set up our cots and put all of our gear in it, it was pretty well full. But we got it set up and we go out to start scouting. Well, this wind is blowing out of the south at 40, 45 miles an hour, probably gust up to 50 or 55 miles an hour. And we're out for several hours scouting this 22,000 acres to figure out which pasture we really wanted to try to hunt in, which one we thought would be most successful. Well, we go back to the tent for a little while and decided we'd run into Childress and run to Walmart and get a few supplies that we needed. And we come back, and so it's that evening. We sleep that night. The wind blows all night long. And we did fine. And early the next morning, Al and Bodie show up because we've got to go down to the check station at 12 o'clock and get checked in and choose our pasture that we're going to hunt in. And along about that time, the wind shifts direction and starts blowing out of the north. We get checked in, and it starts to rain. And we got to hunt a little bit that first evening, but not much because it was raining. And we got in that evening, and Al and Bodie had built up a little pop-up camper, so they were in it. And we'd all gone to bed. After we ate a little something, we went to bed. And along about 3 a.m. in the morning, it'd been raining on us all night long. And Al kind of stuck his head out of their pop-up and hollered at Brian and I, said, "Hey, you boys doing all right over there in the tent?" Well, we were till he woke us up. Brian and I both had our sleeping bags pulled up over our heads, and so we were doing fine and we're sleeping good. But when he woke us up and we flipped our sleeping bags back, our sleeping bag were wet because that wind had stretched the seams of my tent, and that rain had leaked in just like you were filling it with a water hose. Our boots were literally floating in my tent along with everything else that was soaking wet. And we looked at the forecast, and it was calling for rain for the next couple of days, and so we just folded up the next morning, everything soaking wet, and headed back to Paint Rock and finished our archery hunt that week at Paint Rock. But definitely an experience I'll never forget. We got to go bow hunt one other time for 3 times we've been drawn to hunt that area. Hadn't been successful yet with a bow, but we've seen some good bucks, and would love to be able to go back with our gun sometime, but we hadn't got drawn for that hunt. But hey guys, y'all have a wonderful week. Remember, check out my sponsors. Their information is listed here at the bottom of this video. Y'all be sweet. I'll be pretty. I love you, and God bless.